I moved into an old townhouse a few months ago. It had charm. Creaky wooden floors, high ceilings, and a large bathroom mirror that looked like it hadn't been replaced in decades. From the very first night, that mirror made me uncomfortable. Not scared exactly, just uneasy. Something about it felt too still, like it was watching me, not the other way around. Then, strange things started happening. It began with tiny, almost ignoble differences. I'd brush my teeth, glance at the mirror, and notice something odd. My reflection wasn't quite in sync. A split-second delay. Just a blink too slow. Maybe I was tired. Maybe the lighting played tricks. But then it escalated. One night as I leaned in to wash my face, I caught a flicker in the glass. My reflection smiled, but I hadn't. My face was neutral. But in the mirror, it grinned slightly before returning to match me again. I froze. I stared at the glass for a full minute, not moving. Neither did it. Everything looked fine again. I told myself it was a dream, lack of sleep, stress. But deep down, I knew that wasn't true. Over the next week, it got worse. I would pass the mirror in the morning and swear I saw myself already standing there, waiting. One day, I even walked into the bathroom and found the mirror fogged up, but I hadn't taken a shower. And scrawled into the misty glass was one word: watching. I stopped using the bathroom. I covered the mirror with a towel. That worked, till I woke up one night and found the towel on the floor. The mirror was uncovered, and my reflection was already facing me, standing still, while I was still sitting up in bed. It smiled. That was the night I decided to move out. I packed everything, left the mirror covered, slept on the couch. First thing in the morning, I loaded the car and went to grab my toothbrush from the bathroom. The towel was gone again. The mirror was clean. No fog, no fingerprints. Just me. And another me, staring back. This time, its smile grew wide. It's wide. Its lips cracked at the edges, eyes widening unnaturally. And then it waved. I didn't wait. I ran. I slammed the door. I left the house. Toothbrush forgotten. I live in a new apartment now. No mirrors anywhere. But just last night, I caught a reflection in my TV screen. And it wasn't mine. I took a new job as a night security guard at an old corporate building downtown. The pay was decent, the hours were quiet, and honestly, I was just happy to get hired. The building was 11 floors tall officially, but on my first night I noticed something strange. In the elevator panel there was no button for the third floor. The sequence went 1, 2, 4, 5. Like 3 didn't exist. I assumed it was a superstition thing, like skipping the 13th floor. It happens. But the building directory on the ground floor listed tenants for the third floor. I asked the day guard about it the next evening. He went quiet and said that floor hasn't been used in years. Just skip it. But I couldn't stop thinking about it. That night, around 2:43 a.m., as I made my usual rounds, the elevator doors opened on their own. No button pressed, no one inside, and the panel now had a lit button. 3. I stared at it. Didn't press anything. The elevator just waited. I don't know what made me step in. Curiosity. A bad decision. I pressed 3 again, even though it was already lit. The doors closed. The descent didn't feel right. The lights flickered. The air changed. Heavier. Colder. Like I was going somewhere beneath the building, not above it. When the doors opened, I expected an office floor. Instead, I saw a long hallway. Dark red carpet. Walls stained and peeling. Light fixtures buzzing. Every door was numbered 3, but the digits looked like they were written in charcoal or ash. I stepped out. The air smelled wrong. Mold, dust, and something metallic, like rust or blood. I tried to open one of the doors, locked. Another, also locked. Then, a click behind me. I turned, the elevator doors were closed, and the button was gone. No panel, just wall. I was trapped. I heard a door creak open down the hall, and a whisper, "You're not supposed to be here." Footsteps started, slow, dragging, then faster. I ran, pounded on every door. All locked. The hallway seemed longer now, stretching, warping. The light overhead buzzed, then exploded. One by one, the corridor was swallowed in darkness behind me. Then I saw it. A door with no number, slightly open. I shoved it open and slammed it shut behind me. I was inside a small, windowless office. On the desk was an old security logbook. I flipped it open, pages and pages of names, each one crossed out in red, and at the bottom, freshly written in black ink, you. The door behind me creaked again. I turned. No one was there, but I was no longer in the office. Somehow, I was back in the elevator. The doors slid open, and I was in the lobby. It was 2:44 a.m. Only 1 minute had passed. The panel showed no 3 again. I tried to tell the manager the next day. He stared at me, eyes wide. You actually went to the 3rd floor. I nodded slowly. He shook his head and whispered, then I'd start looking for a new job, before it finds you again. 2 weeks ago, I moved into a remote rental cabin deep in the mountains. No neighbors, no Wi-Fi, just peace. I needed the break. City life had been grinding me down, and I was craving silence. But I should have listened to the warning on the welcome note taped to the fridge, said in faded handwriting. At night, keep all windows shut. If you hear footsteps on the porch, don't breathe. It only comes when it knows you're alive. I laughed at first. Must have been a joke from the last tenant. The first night was calm. Cold wind, the creak of old wood, nothing unusual. But on the 3rd night, around 2:30 a.m., I heard it. Creak, creak. Footsteps on the porch. I turned off my lamp and sat still. My heart was pounding. I inched toward the window and peeked through the blind. There was someone, or something, standing just out of view, inches from the door. I couldn't see a face, it's just a shadowy figure, tall and crooked. It stood there for what felt like an hour, silent then. It leaned forward, pressing its ear against the door. I slapped my hand over my mouth, trying not to breathe. Every tiny gasp felt deafening in the silence. Then, it scraped a finger slowly across the wood, like it was tasting the air through the cracks. And it whispered, I know you're there. I backed away. The footsteps began again, pacing slowly around the cabin, then came tapping on every window. One by one, searching. I curled up in the corner, holding my breath, praying it would go away. Eventually, the sounds faded. At sunrise, I checked outside. No footprints, no damage, just silence. I thought maybe I imagined it, till the next night, when I got a text from an unknown number. You breathed. I packed my bags. I drove all day to get back to the city. But last night in my apartment, just before bed, I heard something on the balcony. Tap, tap, tap. And then, long, slow inhale.